they're not going to be making any payments because it seems that they're about to go out of business. They've been basically holding us off, saying that they're going to be paying it. But when we came out to that date, they were not. They did not actually send any payments. So we had to file on their bond and charge us back to recover it from our end, while the insurance company or the bond claim company process it.
So this is something just with us, other carriers?
Oh no, there's a lot of carriers, sir. Here in our team, there's 4 of us, and we had to file on 9 different carriers per member of the team. So that's like 38 or I don't know.
All right, so you guys just heard the factoring company was talking about how many carriers this broker owe money, right? It's crazy how owner operators we losing money out here. It's crazy. It's just crazy because we are putting so much into this economy, all right? And I hope somebody is out there to do something about it. Because at the end of the day, the DOT pull semi-trucks, box truck, hotshot, you name it. They pull people over every day doing brake inspection, tire inspection, and all of those stuff. They're looking for if you keeping up with maintenance, right? Safety is number one. But if we're not able to make money, I'm pretty sure many of these companies will take shortcut. Instead of taking care of the tire today, you'll be like, okay, let me run 1 or 2 loads, then I could replace the tire. But if a company making money, you need a new tire, oh yeah, you change it right away. So people need to think about it. A lot of these guys are taking shortcut because they're not able to afford those things. Shipper, brokers, dispatcher, receiver, everybody, you know, they get to see their family every single day. They come in, they clock in, clock out, and they go home, right? But we the one who are here running every single day. And we're not able to go home with some decent money to pay the bills and still have some left for the family. I mean, we're going to be having a lot of issues. You know, a lot of these guys, some of them are dealing with relationship because they're over the road for 2 weeks or more. And when they go home broke. They go home broke because they put all the money into repair, breakdown. You know, if it wasn't your good week and your truck broke down on the side of the road, you're going to call for what? Tow truck to come tow your truck. After being over the road for 2 weeks, you're going home with less money because you call for tow truck and they tow it to the whatever shop, and the shop kill you on there, and you pretty much got nothing in your pocket. So who losing money? On top of that, brokers are not paying. That's just, it's just sad. When I think about that, it kills me because I'm an owner of a company, and if I have to deal with stuff like this all the time, it's pretty bad. So I'm done paying that factoring company, but now they reach out to me saying that they hire a lawyer, and the lawyer went to the shipper, and the shipper is requesting approval for ELD, you know, that shows that I completed that load. Which is sad because as a shipper, when we pick up a load, you give us what? A BOL. The BOL wasn't made up by us, you. That's the paperwork that came from your computer, right? With your company information and the receiver information. So if you see the BOL, because we have the BOL, if the factoring company present the BOL to you and you still want ELD proof, that's pretty sad. That means that all these guys want us to run loads for them for free. And I want you guys to be careful out there. I want you guys to be careful. So this is the email right here, all right? I'm going to have that on the screen for you guys, but if I can read that for you real quick. Good afternoon. We have hired a lawyer to pursue the shipper and the receiver for the loads our carriers haul for. AGD, that's the broker company name. The lawyer have reached out to the shipper and they are requesting logs book to verify carrier completion of the loads. kindly provide us with the log information for the following load. So this is sad for the fact that a shipper, like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure the factory company and lawyer, whoever, they already present the BOL that was signed by the receiver. And if you guys remember, most of my videos when I first started on YouTube, I used to advise you guys, if you go deliver a load, do not let somebody just signature. No, because this business is getting so dangerous. People are playing games. Brokers are playing games, man. This is like people accessing the internet from across the world to make money in America. And at the end of the day, that's what I was saying earlier about DOT pulling people off and stuff like that, requesting us to keep truck up to date. But people are accessing the internet from all around the world and they're making money without paying taxes to the US government. So we are here as the carriers, what exactly the government is doing to protect us so we can keep paying taxes, because every time we pump fuel, some of these semi-truck will pump like $1,000 on the spot. That's a lot of money that going into the government pocket, because those things are including taxes, right? All right. So which is sad. It's sad, you know, like I said, I'm pretty sure these guys already present the BOL and everything to the shipper. But for the fact that everybody is expecting truck driver to move a load for free. And then when it comes to paying us, then they started coming up with a lot of dramas like this. Isn't that sad? So I'm encouraging, you know, the DOT to do something about this transportation business in America, because this is the #1 thing that American citizens rely on, whether you like it or not. If you go Walmart, every piece of grocery you see at Walmart, it was transported by one of these trucks, including myself. So do not underestimate a truck driver. We are very valuable to this country economy. And if the DOT don't do something about it, it's going to be bad. Because now, there are a lot of, you know, when I'm speaking, it's going to be bad, it's going to be bad. Okay, hear me out. There are a lot of other American dispatching companies that I know. I used to send their owner operators, right? And they have, you know, 4 or 5 people in their office dispatching for people, right? So these people who dispatching, they're getting paid. Maybe $10.99 or whatever the case might be, or on payroll or per percentage, I don't know. But at the end of the day, for the fact that they are U.S. citizens, therefore, when they get paid, they will pay taxes to the government. But now, these dispatchers are closing door. They're closing door because somebody coming from Pakistan, India, Africa, China, and they are accessing the American shipping companies and getting information like my DOT number and other people's DOT number, which all your phone number and everything's out there. So then they will call you, say, hey, we are this type of dispatching company, we're based in Ohio. That's scam, because at the end of the day, they are using the IP phone number. The IP phone number, they can choose any area code. They can choose Ohio area code, North Carolina, whatever. So when you see it, oh, it's a 919, which I used to live in North Carolina, it's a 919 area code. You say, oh, it's North Carolina. You answer, it's somebody calling from Pakistan. All right? Or we are this amount of dispatcher, whatever, we can make you $5,000 to $10,000 in a week. But all you have to do is pay $300 a week. Do you know how much $300 is in Africa, India, Pakistan, and China? That's a lot of money. But American dispatcher is not going to make you $5,000 to $10,000 in a week and only charge you $300. It's going to charge you more than that, which I'm not against that. All right, I'm totally supporting the idea, because they got people, once again, who paying taxes, and this company paying taxes also to the government, right? So I support that. So therefore, they will work really hard to get you the best rate, right? And the same thing goes around when it comes to brokers. Brokers are losing contract. Brokers are losing contract to shipper now, because people are accessing the internet and they're taking the brokers courses to become a certified brokers in America. But technically, they don't base in America, like I said earlier. Now they are brokers. You know, they got money, whatever. They can pay an owner operator, you know, for 1 or 2 loads, just so to be able to convince the shipper to give them the market. So if a broker usually charge that Pacific shipper $10,000, maybe from New York to California, right? They will hack into that broker system. And I've been getting a couple emails for some of these brokers warning me to be aware of, this broker pretending to be them. So they access the information, they steal all the information, they know how much customer they have, they know how much carriers and all of the stuff, how much they're honestly charging the shipper and everything, right? Now they will reach out to the shipper and say, we noticed that this broker is charging you $10,000 from New York to California, but what if I tell you that we can only do it for $5,000? Remember, shippers don't want to increase their price. They don't want to increase their price so that the receiver will turn towards China or a different country, right? Or different shipper. So they're trying to find a way to lower the cost of shipping. So in order to lower the cost of shipping, they have to do some research. And if somebody reach out to them and say, hey, this guy charging you $10,000 once again from New York to California, we can do it for you for $5,000. They will give that person a try. They will give that Pacific overseas broker. They don't know if that broker based overseas, because once again, these guys, they are advancing computer, right? If you want to build a successful website, right, for your company or whatever, it costs nothing if you hire somebody from India to do it for you. It's cheap. But here in America, you will pay a lot of money for somebody to build a successful website for you, right? So this guy, they will build a professional website, and when the shipper access there, the shipper is like mind-blowing. Wow, these guys are professional. Therefore, what's happening? The shipper will end up giving them a contract. The shipper will end up giving them a contract for that $5,000 from New York to whatever, California, right? And that's how you and I are able to see those $1.50 per mile low on the low boat. Remember, if the broker here in America, charging the shipper $10,000 from New York to California, what will happen? That Pacific broker, if he wants for that load to, to go, he will end up posting that load for at least $2 or $2.50 per mile, right? But now, the broker from overseas convinced the shipper that he can do it for $5,000. But how much you think if the shipper end up giving him that contract for $5,000? How much you think he's going to post it on a low boat for? And that's the reason the shipping business is going down, because they are able to convince shipper to get the, the contract from them for cheap. And now, brokers are going out of business. This is one of the main reasons that some brokers are going out of business, because most of these brokers, they have just one shipper. And I know a broker that honestly got one shipper. They got one shipper because that shipper has crazy amount of shipment to do. So they are okay with that. Because it takes forever for a broker to sign up a contract with another shipper. So when they have a big contract with one shipper, they stick with that, right? So now, if this specific broker, for example, that charging $10,000 from New York to California, and somebody overseas take that contract away from him, what will happen? He got people that working in the office that he need to pay that in the meantime. He got a couple of invoices that he need to pay. Therefore, he waiting to move another load in order to pay the other invoices or whatever, right? And then the next thing you know, he is not getting any more load information from that Pacific shipper. Broker don't get to go to the warehouse to see the load. No, the shipper actually take all the dimension of the load, the weight, the size, whatever, all the description, email that to the broker and tell the broker how much pallets and everything, all the information, where it's going and all of that. And based on that information, the broker posts that information on the load board. The broker never get to go to the warehouse to see that load. No, shipper send all the information. And that's what I'm saying, that brokers shouldn't be, taking majority of the money, because we as an owner operator, we get to go to the warehouse, we get to see the load, we get to touch the load, we get to take the load off the truck sometime, we get to do pretty much everything. So how is it somebody that don't even get to see the load, the one who making the majority of the money, which is sad. So at some point, whatever that you created in the future, it will come back and bite you in the butt. And brokers actually created the disaster. So now it's kicking them really hard in the butt. They've been so greedy, taking all the money. Now people are accessing that information and they are crying now, telling us to be aware. Come on, give me a break. You're not going to be the one to tell me that. I'm a grown man. I got a business to run. You don't have to tell me what I need to be aware of. Because now that butt is on fire. People from overseas are taking that information, they're making money, and they're not getting any loan from the shipper anymore. I got a couple of brokers, you know, when I'm going to some location, hopefully I come across the screenshot, whatever, the text message between here and now. I was going towards, maybe my driver or something was going to that location, and I texted that broker, said, hey, my driver is going to be dropping off, you know, tomorrow in this location, and I know, you know, he always got loads coming from that location because I used to run that lane, right? And he told me, oh man, really nice hearing from you, whatever, but unfortunately, I don't hear from the shipper anymore. It seems like they went directly with carriers. That's telling you either they went directly with carriers or one of the overseas brokers just got the contract for $5,000, like I said earlier. You guys been too damn greedy, and now it's biting you in the butt. Because if we all was working together, I feel like most of the brokers, even some of the American dispatchers that I mentioned earlier, some of them, they treat truck driver like we are trash. I own this truck. Without this truck, your load's not going to move. Because you don't even see the load. You don't know nothing about it. Some of them don't know nothing. They're just reading off paper and trying to make you think that they're smarter than you. No. But I'm just telling you guys, if there is a way that the government can protect the shipping business, who actually is authorized to become a broker in America? Who actually is authorized to become a dispatcher in America? All right? In order to become a dispatcher, somebody have to have at least some sort of EIN number. And the EIN number is only provided by your local state, though. Every dispatcher needs to provide that. So an owner-operator can verify that on the state website to see if this dispatcher is actually legal or not. Because if they do so, a lot of these dispatchers coming from overseas are not going to have access to American business because they need to be able to be registered in America. I know, don't get me wrong. Even Social Security, people fake that, right? But I think this business, the government has what it takes to make it right. Just like they came up with the ELD system to track us, they need to come up with a system that will help you and I to keep money in our pocket. Because if we don't keep money in our pocket, at the end of the day, most of these truck drivers, they are walking away from these jobs. They are walking away from these jobs. And people say, oh, there are truck driver shortage. No, there's not truck driver shortage. There are a lot of truck drivers out here, they're just sick of it. They're sick of the fact that we get to leave our family home. We are dealing with relationship problems. Many of these truck drivers have a series of relationship problems home. How can you leave your wife or your girlfriend for 2 weeks? And when you go home, what do you expect? You're tired or whatever the case might be, or maybe you're not taking enough money home. All you take home is problem. Especially when you own an operator. All you take home is problem. Oh yeah, the truck broke down and I had to tow it. And then when I went there, they charged me $5,000. No. And now all the money that I made, it's gone. You frustrate. Frustration builds up. And what happened? Owner, operator, drivers, whatever, they're fighting, they're arguing. Hey, after 2 weeks when you go home, the last thing you want to do is to fight with your wife. Because the moment you turn your bike, she's going to find somebody that's not going to fight with her. So truck drivers are dealing with relationship problems. We are dealing with health problems. We don't eat right. We don't sleep right. You might think they got a sleeper in the truck, they sleep good. No. How will you sleep with all these noise going on? People, especially if you park your truck next to a reefer truck. When you park your truck next to a reefer truck, man, you park your truck next to a city generator. A generator that can power the entire city. Brrr. They don't sleep well. And I'm also asking these major truck stop, Pilot Flying J, Love, TA, they need to add some sort of fitness center. Even if it's some sort of membership or something a truck driver can pay. Let's say you have your 10-hour reset, boom, you park the truck, you grab your backpack, the first thing you go in the gym, you walk on the treadmill or you do some little pull and stuff like that. When you're done, boom, you jump into a shower, when you come sleep, you will have the deepest sleep ever. Even if a generator next to you is beeping, you're not going to hear them. Therefore, truck drivers are going to stay healthy over the road. And some of the food that these truck stops are serving people, they need to come up with many different options. Does it mean that they don't have money to do it? But it's like the fact that they don't value truck driver. They only cares about what we can do. They don't care about what is going on inside of us. They only cared about we can come pump, $1,000 diesel on the spot. They only cares about that. The free shower is nothing for all the money we're giving to you guys. Y'all need to have a fitness center in each truck stop so that when we come, we be able to at least do some workout to stay healthy. Because a lot of these guys, they're used to working out, right? So therefore, when they come over the road, they don't want to be away from that workout. And you can't drag a semi to Planet Fitness and go park it out there. There's no parking out there. You're going to end up damaging somebody's car because you want to work out. At the end of the day, he's getting used to not being able to work out. What do you think? He's going to walk away from the job because he already addicted to working out. So if y'all want for truck driver to be happy over the road, all of you guys, the government, Pilot Flying J, which is whatever, these guys that own FedEx, whatever, they are the guys that own this big company. They are the one that owns Pilot Flying J. So all these companies, they are rich. They can come up with something that will keep truck driver healthy and happy over the road. Like I say, if people don't pay attention to this trucking business, American citizens are going to take the hits. Because at the end of the day, all these loads, you're not going to have somebody to move them though. You're going to have train going left and right, but at the end of the day, the train will not come and back into Walmart parking lot to drop a load. The train will come, drop that trailer, and the truck driver will take that trailer and take it to Walmart. So truck drivers are very important. So the government needs to do whatever they got to do to protect it. These are some of the little solutions to all the little drama to not get into a situation where brokers is going out of business. Okay, let's say I got a lot of brokers that I signed up with. When you sign up with a broker for the first time, you're going to fill up a carrier package, which the broker is going to have your company information, your certificate of insurance, and all the cool stuff. Now, once you're in the broker system, every time you see the low on the low bowl coming from that specific broker, you're no longer going to sign any of those stuff anymore. The broker is not going to send you any more stuff like that, right? Because you're already in the system. So he will only send you a rate confirmation directly. Boom, you're going to pick up a loan. But be aware that if you sign up with that broker a week ago and you move a load for that specific broker, that broker could go out of business overnight. So every time you see another load coming from that specific broker, even though you're already in that broker system, do yourself a favor by taking that broker MC and check that broker credit score through your factoring company or DAT to make sure that that broker is stay active and operating. Otherwise, he will make you move a load for free and you're not going to get paid. My goal is to be able to inform you guys what exactly is going on in this business so you guys don't make mistakes. Over 30 plus carriers that the Pacific broker owe money to. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe.